Botanicle Drinkable. Let's chat.
All right, let's chat.
Oh my God. Okay, first of all, welcome to the Mud Kitchen.
It's lovely.
So I've set up this area for my kids. I went to Ocean State Job Lot, and we got like, I feel like you would respect, you would really like.
Absolutely.
So,
look at this. Oh, they were into the herbs so early on. So,
and even like little flowers.
There's clover in there.
So I
These little, that's fun.
love gardening, and I
you should give
have
a
lots
close
of
up.
flowers.
You should give a close up to the camera. The sand cupcakes are so good. They're like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Especially with dried clover.
And I let the kids pick the flowers. I let them do whatever. I'm like, people have
creative
like play dates over here or cousins or whatever, and people are like, oh, leave them. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, just enjoy the flowers.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what you're doing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
anyway, so I set up a little mud kitchen so they keep themselves busy. I fill up the water table so they can access their own water. They're kind of too old for the water table, but
love it.
It works. So now we're making use of this is their counter space, and I'm realizing now that we're preparing actual things that we can drink here. Maybe I need to work on my flat surfaces.
Maybe.
In the garden?
No, it's okay. It's a play area. I think it works.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do you have here?
I brought 2 different blends. I brought Glow Hard or Go Home.
Cool.
And then I brought Chronic Tonic.
Fun.
Yeah. So we can taste those as we walk around. You want to have a Glow Hard? We'll start with Glow Hard.
Yeah,
it's spicy, so I should tell you what's in it.
Yeah.
It's made with jalapeno, a cucumber shrub, so that has like vinegar in it.
Okay.
Do you know shrubs?
No.
Okay, that's like.
What do you mean, like shrub? Like I think just like big giant perennial plants.
It's a name of a beverage ingredient. It's called a shrub, and it's kind of like made with sugar and vinegar. And it's added to certain drinks to make it just add some complexity.
Okay.
It's yummy.
Cool.
So anyways, you'll get a little bit of a pickly taste, but it does have a little heat from the jalapeno.
Cool. I like spice.
Do you have any food allergies?
I don't.
Excellent.
I don't. And this is your
And I'm gonna take it from there. The magic of TV.
Can I look at this?
Absolutely.
The Herb Crafters Tarot.
I just got that in
You
P-Town.
did? Ooh, fun.
So
I haven't been to P-Town since I was a kid.
It's so fun. Yeah, I hadn't been there since I was like 20, and all I cared about was going to shock therapy. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, they sell bongs here in the mid 90s. I was like all about it. But when I went back recently, oh my God, I had such a blast. Just dancing every night and having fun.
Ooh, pretty.
Getting pimped out. All right, so we'll have this.
These are gorgeous.
Aren't they pretty? Yeah. So sometimes when I make a new blend, I'll use herbal tarot cards or like botanical oracles as a starting point, and I'll just be like, universe, like what might be a good botanical to start with. And sometimes it's like spot on in that weird way that tarot is, the way it does that. So
all right, well, let me put this back before I pick that up. I don't want to drop anything.
All right, and then here we go. So we have our Glow Hard.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I made this for it was a baby shower, and it was the mother-in-law who wanted a cocktail that was like a spicy but not too spicy, something to go with tequila. So
cheers. Thank
that's
you.
what this is. You're welcome.
All right, and if anyone is watching this, I feel like I need to get this
Taste that vinegary.
closer so you can see how pretty. Oh, and that's great because you can see your lovely logo as well.
These are my compostable logo cups.
I love it.
They're expensive. But
reuse them, people. Oh, this is so good.
It is good, isn't it?
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to give you a little tour of my garden. I'm going to turn this around. This is my insane garden.
It's beautiful.
I do these are all volunteer tomato plants.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, so way too many tomato plants for this amount of space. Do you want some? I can dig some out and send them with you.
Yeah, I could take a tomato or two. I make a drink with tomato, so.
You do?
Yes. Tomato water. And it takes a lot of tomatoes to make a tomato water drink.
I bet. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, look at, it's obviously from just like 1 or 2.
It'd be fun to see. This is going to be like a wild, crazy tomato batch.
I know. I don't know. This is all insanity going on here.
Fun. Is that rosemary over there? At a time? What is that? Not time.
This is lavender.
Oh, okay.
This is lavender, and it's like I bought. It was new. I bought it as a plant last year. Good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also planted just like random herbs around. Like I'll go, and this is why it's like I wanted to plant a lot of this stuff a lot sooner, but they always say like wait till after Memorial Day. So I'll wait after Memorial Day, because now of course we're feeling that it's chilly out all of a sudden.
No, it's crazy.
And I'll like get random herbs to throw in here. So that's one of my questions for you. I'm curious what you think. So I usually do like tomatoes over here, and then some random herbs over here. I'll do some squash probably, and cucumbers. But like, what are good herbs do you think that I can just kind of like throw into the mix?
I mean, I would use herbs that you might cook with, like, you know, basil, tarragon. Well, actually, tarragon's kind of a weird one.
Yeah. Okay. And also, and here's another piece of information about me. I am not into cooking.
Okay.
I would like to be, but it's just like I feel like all the creative space I just use for
that's all right.
other stuff in my brain right now and my time. But like I'm thinking of things I can just
fragrance, maybe go more with like the stuff that you're just gonna clip and smell and enjoy in the moment. And then also things for the kids. Yeah. So that's all of those things. I mean, anything that's kind of aromatic will be fun because it's interesting for the kids to like learn about it and smell it. And understand, like, I mean, and you can always look up little culinary uses for it.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. My kids are super, well, my older daughter is cautious about what she eats. I'm trying not to say she's a super picky eater. But, so these chives, these came back on their own. Nice. This green onion, and she will come over and like snap a piece off and take a bite. Just, I think, for like the thrill of like, I can eat that.
Yeah.
But it's like, they'll be over here munching on it, and then they'll have onion breath, and it's like, it's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
That is awesome. I love that.
This is like the only time of year that they eat.
I think it's like we're so far removed from like food sources in our, you know, typical lives where we buy things like packaged. And, and it's like, oh, you can, especially for a kid who's just learning stuff about life, and they're like, oh, you can. Food comes from the ground,
right?
You know, and pretty much all of it does at some point,
right? Like, yeah, we just grew this stuff, and like, I think this is time. I did a bunch of thyme around here because I know
that looks like it for sure.
This, but like, I don't think this is coming back.
No,
I think it's safe to say this is dead.
But look at this, you got a little baby.
I know. That's the thing. That's why I'm always hesitant.
Oh, this is not. You don't want that.
That's a weed, right? Is this mustard?
I thought it was called jewelweed.
I have no idea what it is.
I think it's called jewelweed.
But that's part of the thing. Like, I'm not totally sure about what's coming up from last year. This is like grass.
Yeah, you just keep an eye on it.
And just at some point.
How long have you lived here?
So I've lived here since 2017. And when I moved in here, it was like this area right up here, sort of where like the birch is. Those birch branches. So that was what the garden was. And then every year I kind of like bump it out a tier.
Love it.
And then I'm turning 40 in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
And for my birthday, I got all of these rocks. So that was my birthday gift to myself.
Nice. Where did you get them?
At the landscape supply.
Oh, nice.
So I have a pallet at the bottom of my driveway that still has some more. So I'm planning on trying to build out more of these little walkways because it's kind of treacherous. Walking around here, and I don't even know what is this like.
Oh, it's like driftwood, kind of.
I don't know what's going on.
I like that. I like that sound. That's good ASMR. Yes. You should play that for the.
Right. Get the mic right up in there.
You should get that every episode.
This and that one's really good too. Up there, that one is like a nice metal wind chime. That's from Ocean State Job Lot from a couple years ago, and I leave it out all winter, and they still have them there.
I love that.
People can go and get. More. I have wind chimes all over the place.
Wood chimes are cool. When I go into my backyard, and sometimes like when I hear the wood chime, it's when I'm thinking about my dog who died a couple years ago. And I'm like, Maisie's making the wind blow for me.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet that memory comes to you.
Yeah, I think that's nice. So that's like a good reason to have some wood chimes.
Yeah. I know. You want to come up here? I can show you. I have, we're going to go off cam.
Sure.
Sorry guys if you're looking. Look at this iris. This is crazy.
Really fun. Wow, it's beautiful.
I know. This is like the first time I've seen it.
You need to stake it.
I know. I need to.
That's okay.
Oh, look, here's one.
Oh, there you go.
Here, let's move this
you can just
stake
lean
over
it on
here.
there.
Come on, little guy. I should go get my camera
That's
so I
perfect.
can see. That is so pretty. I don't think that grew last year. I think I must have just planted that bulb.
How come that's the old? Oh, well, this is beautiful too.
Let's see.
What is this?
Azalea?
Okay. Wow.
Some sort of an azalea, maybe. And then this is the iris. So pretty. So, okay, so for anyone listening, you should probably be watching, as long as I don't mess up the video recording. Sometimes I do that.
Quite a flower.
But yeah, this iris is amazing. Look
Do you
at
want
this
me to
thing.
hold anything?
No, it's
Okay.
all right. I'm used to juggling 800 things. So
That's so lovely.
Lovely. So I don't think I can eat this, huh?
I don't think so.
An iris. I feel like I don't really have much. Oh, you know what I think I can eat? These. Like, see, these things are growing everywhere like weeds. They totally take over. But someone was telling me, I think you might be able to eat the root of these.
What the heck is it? Do you know?
I think it might be called a sunchoke.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Sunchokes you can definitely eat.
I'm not 100% sure, though.
I don't know if it's the root. I can ask my friend because he grows a lot of sunchokes.
I think it's like...
Oh, the root's like weird. This one feels hollow.
I know, that one seems rotted. Usually they're not like that.
Oh.
Usually they're like...
Yeah, a little hollow. It's kind of weird.
None of them are like that normally. This is weird. I don't know what's happening.
Maybe it's too early in the season.
But I'm constantly pulling them out because these things just take over.
Yeah. Oh, I like this, whatever this. Oh, shoot, I spilled.
This one like that too?
A good thing we're outside.
Wow.
Holy
you know what?
crap.
I think maybe they fill up with, like maybe they're dry right now?
I'm sorry, I'm just like pulling. Oh, this one's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference here?
I don't know.
I want to take a bite.
So, okay, so we're drinking these beautiful little drinks you made. So tell me about like how you went from like being interested in plants to making these like drinks out of them.
Sure. I just took a bite of this root and it tastes pretty good actually.
Really?
Like almost like it tastes like corn.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty good.
Really?
I'm like a woodland creature over here.
I love this.
It's like a bunny.
Okay.
I hope a bunny didn't eat this before me.
There are bunnies around.
Yeah, so
okay,
anyways,
now I want to try one.
So I started out as a craft cocktail bartender. I've been doing that for a while. So, you know, making drinks, making good drinks, really good drinks. And then I was
love
also
that these are
into,
covered in dirt. And
I worked in cultivation out in Northern California on a cannabis farm.
Oh, interesting.
And my bestie out there, she is like a plant expert. So I'm always fascinated. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? I'm like a little kid with her. And she knows everything. She used to do like competitions. They'd go to Montana and like hike and do plant ID competitions.
What?
Yes. Isn't that the coolest thing? I was like, she's super cool. And she knows Kung Fu.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This girl's awesome. How do you know this person?
She's been one of my best friends since high school. Yeah.
This is amazing.
From Marsh, Vegas. But anyways, that's Allie Rofe I'm talking about, in case anyone's watching and they know her.
Yeah.
Allison
or maybe Allie herself.
Yeah, maybe I'll send this to Allie for sure.
Yeah, you have
but,
to.
yeah, so I was working out west, and then I would get together with her, and then she would give me, you know, little tours and tell me about like the different botanicals and like sometimes, you know, some of the medicinal purposes, and I was just super into it.
Yeah.
And I actually, the holy basil that I gave you, that's one of the first like botanicals that I really became interested in, because it's not just your typical basil, it's holy, and it's an adaptogen, so it helps your body process stress. And it tastes amazing, like as a tea.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, you could put it in tons of different things, but just as a tea alone, it's so good. It's just awesome.
This is interesting to me because I was talking to Marianne Gibbons recently, and she was talking about doing sun teas. She's like, you know, because we were talking about garden life, and she was saying how just like, you know, if you get some random herbs, just throw them in, leave it out in the sun for the day, and see how it goes. Like, do you have any herbs you'd recommend for just like sitting and steeping all day in the sun and like be ready for later?
Sure. Well, I would think more like flowers even than herbs, but you do have to be careful because some aren't poisonous.
Yeah.
And you do have to use organic. You don't like the things that even if they are safe, you can't have them if they've been treated with chemicals. So you don't want anything that's from like Home Depot or even, even your little plant shops. You just want to make sure that you're getting food grade or you're growing it yourself or you know that it's organic. You know what I mean?
Okay, so something I think I like, don't spray any of this with anything.
Sure.
This is like...
I'm sorry, that was rude.
Please. This is... Have you looked around?
Throwing weeds in.
Look at... Those are all the weeds you're stepping on right now that were weeded.
I know, but I threw in a new strawberry patch. That was
No,
like
you're
rude.
fine. I know. Aren't these strawberries are like so happy?
Oh, yeah.
This strawberry patch started over there and then...
I can't wait to see the kids like... I'm going to see footage. The kids like finding strawberries and
there's
eating
a ton
them.
In here.
Get them before the birds,
already.
Right? Oh, yeah,
well, it's like, I feel like it's more of the chipmunks and the bunnies for us.
Yeah.
Over here.
So Marianne and the sun teas.
Yeah, so the sun teas. So I'm trying to think about like what herbs and things like that we can do where you can have like a nice, like a quick result, by like, the end of the day. Oh, like mint.
I mean, hibiscus. Even, right? Oh yeah, mint for sure.
Yeah.
Basil. I mean, you can make a tea out of anything. It's just, what do you want to complement it with? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. This is the thing I was going to say before. So, okay, so I don't spray this stuff with anything, but this house was built in the 50s. And so like over that period of time, how many things do we think previous homeowners have like spread around to
like chemicals and stuff?
Not even just weeds, but like mice. Like I'm in the woods here, so like mice are a thing, Yeah. So it's like, I'm worried about like growing things that are, it's like staying in the dirt and coming up through the plants. Like that's why I got these raised beds, because I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be doing food, I'm trying to do more of my food in the raised beds, because this is all dirt I've brought in.
Yeah.
But am I like overthinking it, or?
No, I think you're doing the right thing. I mean, I think what you should probably do at some point anyways is just get your soil tested. And you can do that. And
really?
Yep.
Oh. So,
I mean, just Google
is it just like
it,
simple little tests you can get, or you have to send dirt in places?
I don't know, actually. I think you would have to send yours in.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, send your sample of soil. I could find out from my buddy Allie, the one that knows Kung Fu.
Okay, also, see that's a dryer vent. So I was growing tomatoes over here one year, and then I'm like, so I'm blowing dryer chemical or whatever like at my plants. So that was when I officially called it on growing.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, I bet
eating out there.
I bet you're okay because you've been here for like 8 years.
Yeah.
So a lot of that stuff is probably degraded and washed away. And, but I would, if you're worried about it, you could have it tested.
Yeah. I'm like not that worried about it. I'm like, I'll just do it over here. I think this is mint. Is this mint?
That looks like mint.
Yes, it's mint. This is
delicious.
And these are black-eyed Susans that I just planted there because I think my mom was just getting rid of tons of them, and I didn't have anywhere else to put them. But I don't actually want them here. But I feel like they're pretty. You can use them as cut flowers. I don't know if there's other. Okay,
uses.
And then over here, I have a stilby. Do you know a stilby?
I don't.
Okay, so probably not something I can eat. That's what these guys right here are.
Hey, you never know.
So those kind of like look like little paintbrush flowers when they bloom. And all of there's some time that's coming back. So this is so this is some time. This is like creeping time.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm.
I was getting times like that because I'm just trying to put walkways everywhere. So I'm like, I want ground cover.
Yeah.
I want lots of ground cover going on.
Phlox is a good ground cover.
Oh yes, I have a little bit of that over by the strawberries, but it's not like spreading as much as I would have hoped.
I think your garden looks really great.
Really? Thanks. Even though there's just like these piles of...
That's the way to do it though.
Mid-processed stuff. Like I'm currently trying to dig out all of this path here to go to my door for proper drainage. So I want to bring rocks in. And then over here is expanding the garden, obviously.
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't know if it's obvious. It's obvious to me. I'm like such a visual person that I feel like my experience of the world is like 50% what I see and 50% what I know it's going to look like. So like in my house, I don't see the piles everywhere because I'm like, oh, well, I know that stuff's in transit to another room. So they may as well just not even be there.
Tune it out. Yeah.
And so that's kind of what's going on in the garden. Lots of half-finished projects. But yeah, so I'm gonna put a bunch of marigolds and stuff down here because I know like the animals don't like the smell of those that much. So
almost like a perimeter.
Exactly. So I'm trying to do a marigold perimeter.
Like, don't even think about it,
And
critter.
then look at my little fence I've been building. So my little
it's beautiful.
vine fence.
That's super cool.
So the stakes are little like baby trees that were growing around the property that I didn't want to be. So I cut them, and then the vines, stuff I'm pulling from the woods over there.
Wow.
Like just behind us. And so I just come out here in the weekends and make my kids
That's fun.
play by themselves.
Seems like that would be kind of like a meditative project with the weaving and everything, and then that's awesome. And it looks so neat.
Well,
it looks like a hobbit built it.
I know, right? Thank you. So I'm going to be trying to build up the dirt in that area, so it's sort of like a tiered. So that's going to be like a barrier. I'm going to build dirt up in that area, and then you'll like step up into the garden.
A good little
so it's
fence too for the critters.
Yeah.
Critters.
So I don't know. So this is what's going on in the garden.
That's awesome.
It's insane.
It's a lot. I want to see it mid-season. You know, I want to see it in July.
Yeah, you have to come back. And then over here, I have stuff going on. Do you want to continue our garden tour?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you'll see all of my little fairy houses I build.
Oh, cute.
So like this one was made intentionally, of course. But then that one over there was made because I was like making a mug, I think, and I just messed it up. And I was like, whatever, now it's a fairy house.
It's a funky, like it's like an abstract fairy house.
Yeah, and like I give them little chimneys so you can actually put incense in them and stuff too. Yeah. So you could use them. I don't know what this is. I feel like this is something you can eat. What do you think?
It looks familiar.
Is it oregano?
Yeah, it smells like oregano.
Okay, I think that's oregano.
I think you're right.
And then these are daisies. Can you eat daisies?
I think you can, but you'd have to double check.
Okay.
I'm definitely not an expert. I'm learning as I go. But
well, I mean, that's how you do it, right?
Daisies,
it's like accumulative knowledge.
Yeah.
And then this is catmint.
Nice.
Right here. I transplanted this from the front yard. I'm obsessed with this stuff, the sedum.
Oh, sedum's awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
sedum.
It's so pretty, and it's just cool to have something that's like a succulent in New England.
Yeah, it's perfect for the rocks and all that.
Yeah. And then what else? Oh, this is all my bee balm. So
love bee balm.
This bee balm coming up.
Now, bee balm, is that also bergamot, Earl Grey?
I have no idea.
I feel like there's a connection. I have to clarify that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think bee balm is also known as something else.
Probably. I have no clue. I'm also just learning as I'm going.
I should just look it up.
What else? More irises.
Let's get the answer.
Cardboard that's just blown its way in here. Let me put this thing down. Oh yeah, rickety paths everywhere. Because I'm constantly trying to expand the garden. So. And look at this, aren't these cool? This is like a beautiful ground cover. This keeps green all year.
Those are neat.
Down here.
Are they buds? Or
plantain pussy toes.
Oh, is that all they do?
So they'll turn into puffs and like fly away.
Oh, wow. Pussy toes. I never heard of that.
Yeah, because they're like little kitty toes. They're
they
so cute.
Are like little kitty toes.
And the bottoms, the greens,
God,
like
I need those for the 6-year-old.
Those stay green all winter. So this is like one of the few things that actually looks decent.
Wow, I love it.
Off season.
I've never seen that before.
I don't know what these are. These are some sort of tall yellow thing. Those turn into some yellow flower.
Okay.
And what else? Over here, I don't know. I have like some ground cover that I really like that I didn't put like a lot.
Pretty.
Okay, this is worth mentioning right now. I didn't put a lot of this stuff in. Like, I split things constantly, but the previous homeowner was a gardener. So there's a lot of stuff here, and I'm just splitting it and moving it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't.
That's a good idea.
This is a butterfly bush. And
oh wow.
Let me stick this thing down. And this, I don't know what this is, but it's really pretty. Look at these pretty little flowers.
Oh,
like I think I would have pulled this as a weed.
It looks almost like a morning glory.
Oh my God, I wonder.
It looks like a morning glory.
So I grew morning glory over there, but I know they travel.
Yeah.
I would love to have more morning glories because they ended up growing all up my deck and then kind of made like almost like a privacy fence across the railing, which was cool.
That is cool.
This is a hydrangea that I've been traveling with.
Whoa.
So this is called like a maple leaf hydrangea.
Wow, I was going to say, wow.
These will get big blooms that go white and
really
then
neat
turn
stuff.
pink. So this, again, the last place I lived in East Bridgewater had one of these. Super easy to transplant. So I took some of it and I transplanted it in the front, and then I took some from the front and moved back here.
Nice.
We got some, and then this is honeysuckle.
I knew that. I love these. It smells so good.
Wigalia, yeah. This one I can't keep track of. My aunt and uncle bought me that 7 years ago.
This is the honeysuckle.
Yeah, the honeysuckle growing up and off the vine.
It smells so good.
Yeah.
I did look it up, and the bee balm is also known as bergamot, which is also Earl Grey.
Do you want to come sit over here and we can like be stable?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we have these little chairs. You can sit in our little.
I love it.
My little chairs here.
Oh, good.
Okay. So growing up, here, my mom, every time we'd like be home or in the garden or anything, it's always like, let's do want a garden tour? I was like, oh my God, Mom. And now I've just forced you on one.
I loved it though. That was nice. I didn't expect that, and I didn't expect it to be so big.
Yeah, it's just like I grow a little bit every year, and I'm always pulling the borders out a little more. So I think maybe that's what I did for a few years. I just pulled the borders out, but then the last couple of years, like last year was my first year with those raised garden beds. So that the whole garden bumped out to the garden beds. Like last year, that was grass where that was. And so I did the same thing. I did all the cardboard down and then got those offline. So they shipped here super lightweight.
Nice.
Like when I first put those raised garden beds together and I like had all the bolts together, I could stand up and just walk it around. Like it was very lightweight, super easy. And then I realized that the previous homeowners had one pile in the woods where they would put all their leaf and grass and everything. And we'd been kind of putting our stuff in another area, just whatever, not really thinking about it. But now I have this like amazing pile of dirt, like really nice high quality dirt, because all the leaves and everything have broken down. So when I need more dirt, I just I go over and I just dig dirt out of the woods and then bring it over there.
That's the way to do it. That's
right.
What's up.
I feel so lucky because the ground is so rocky here that like you can't really do that, but it's like the power of composting, right?
Yes,
it's
amazing.
Just like accidental.
Love it.
Yeah,
that's nice. It's a good. You saving some money there too, instead of having to buy all that soil.
I know. Well, it's just so much work too, and I've been thinking about that where I have cardboard everywhere that I need to get a delivery of soil and everything. I'm like, no, let me see what I can do here first. Same thing like my little fence. I'm like, there's a little iron fence next to it, and it's from Ocean State Job Lot, but I still probably spent like $40 on that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'm cutting down little baby trees, growing in places they're not supposed to. I have all these invasive vines. I think it's called Virginia creeper. I have more than one, but that's one of the types of vines. And it grows up the trees and actually will pull trees down.
I hate that.
So I cut those vines and then I use them.
Oh, that's good. Is that what you're weaving through the fence?
Yes.
I love that. And like, you should plant some ivy or something there so it just covers that.
Yeah.
And then it's going to make everything thicker and more creeping.
It's the season. It's the season for it. Creeping.
It is. Let it creep.
Or in the morning glories. Okay. I feel like I need to like reset because you have such an interesting creative career, and that's what I want to talk about. So that's what like this whole Let's Chat thing is all about, just trying to create a database for people to kind of see these are all these different creative careers. And a lot of times I'm interviewing and chatting with visual artists, and I'm really excited to talk with you because it's like just like a different sort of, all these forks in the road people may take.
Yeah, right. Oh, I mean, I studied fine art in college.
You did? Where'd you go?
UMass Boston.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I went to 4Cs too, got my associates there. But
yeah, I did the same. I went to Massasoit Associates and then I transferred to Mass Art.
Yeah, so I definitely have that artistic background. And that's the one thing that's really great. I mean, not the one thing, but one of the things that's really great about the Botanicle Drinkable is I get to express that. Like it's fun because I work at like I work at these bars and they're fantastic. I love them. And I come up with like drinks all the time on my own. So I'm just kind of like, I don't have to like, I get to express myself through the Botanicle Drinkable instead of waiting to get a drink on the menu. Or, I get to name things myself. And I also get to, do the design layout, like the tablescape.
Oh,
yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah, with the
I do remember the first time I saw your work was for the Artie Pants issue 2 release party at Heyday Supply.
Heyday, yep.
I was
Shout
in
out
and
Jordan,
out.
Marianne.
I had just tackled my son in downtown Plymouth because he was ready to run into oncoming traffic. So my husband and my youngest went back to the car very quickly, but my daughter was like, we're going to a gallery or like the thing and da-da-da. So actually it must have been issue 1 because it was a magazine I was in. And I was in issue 1.
That was issue 1, that's right. Yeah.
Issue 1.
I think the
Labyrinth is 3. That one's, the Labyrinth party will probably happen
2 was in
before this comes
Boston,
out.
in Brookline.
Yes.
Did you go to that?
I didn't go to that, but my my sketchbooks did. Did you go? Mm-hmm. Okay, so my Creative Pathways program, I have a traveling sketchbook program. So the sketchbooks was there was like the activity people could contribute to the sketchbooks.
Yes.
During the
I remember.
Yeah, the Kazoo Connection.
Yeah, I think I did something in them.
Yeah.
Probably. I was catering. I was like attending the workshops, but I was also like catering drinks too. But that was kind of at the end. We did a kind of a celebratory. We had a cake and specialty drinks, botanical beverages.
I feel like every time I've seen you out there professionally, it's been same thing. It's sort of like, all right, these are like my friends. This is my community, but then this is also my business angle. And I love you saying that, working in the food and bev industry and just kind of like the frustration of wanting to, try and get your drink on the menu or this and that. It's like, it's really like such a narrowed in perspective. You zoom out a little and it's just like, well, I could just do my own thing. Mm-hmm. And that's like what you're doing. It's like the perspective shift on it. So like you saw like, okay, I get to do all that creative stuff. Yeah. And then you're just like working to work. Like, I love that. I love being able to just like go do my job and then have all that creative brain space.
Yeah, it's so fun. I've made so many friends. That's why it's like all these people that I've met through the beverage catering that I do. Like I've met all these awesome people who are now my friends, and there's like all these weird witchy circles, gardening people, creatives, like all these. And it's funny because like they know each other too. Yeah. So it's like there's this whole new world that I'm part of now that I'm doing this, and I love it. And
and then the display I saw you did at the Beach Plum Floral event end of last summer where she did
the garden dinner,
the garden soiree
party. Yes,
that was so nice. And this is what got me on this whole track. Your display was so gorgeous, like the way you set out your table and the decorations you have on either side, the little menu thing saying what it is, like it's like this like event planning thing that you're doing along with it.
It's like I try to, well, I think it succeeds in it by like catching the spirit of the moment, so it's like and I mean it's funny because I was telling some people recently that my drinks have like a spiritual element to them without sounding like a total cuckoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you gotta like pick your spots.
Like it's like I mean, like when you set the intention, like these people are gonna be celebrating, whether it's having a new baby or getting married or just, launching a new magazine. It's like we want this joy, we want the contagious fun and feeling good and feeling refreshed and also like, whatever the ingredients are, like they might have some symbolic tie to the event and all that. So I mean, I believe in it. There's like there's some magic that's in there,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's so true with so many things. Like if you choose to set the intention, like even I've gifted people crystals before who are maybe not into that thing, but it's like, right. But if like every time you see this crystal, you remember to think like positive healing thoughts, then it's done its job.
Exactly. That's right. It's like, even if it is a placebo effect, like, who gives a shit?
The placebo effect is real, though.
Yeah.
So, like, that's my whole
If it
thing with the
works.
placebo effect is, like,
Exactly.
we've studied it. It does actually work.
Yeah.
So the placebo effect, like,
In some instances. Yeah.
it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's the whole thing. Whether it's real or perceived, it's like, it's still good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like setting intention. And it seems like making drinks, it's like just witch brew vibes.
Yeah, it's fun
Anyway.
because it's like, we think of drinks and it's like, when you're into cocktails and you go in a restaurant, you're like, ooh, these ingredients sound really cool. I want to try that. But if you're not drinking alcohol, you're kind of like, oh, a Shirley Temple, or, not, obviously now there's a lot more like mocktails and like zero proof stuff on menus, which is awesome,
Not a ton, but you see a sprinkling
Yeah,
of it.
it's definitely growing. The trend is growing too, like of I want to say younger crowds, like drinking less, just
Isn't
not
that
not
interesting?
drinking. Yeah, I have my theory on it, but
Okay.
yeah.
Do you want to
Sure,
share it?
yeah.
'Cause I'm curious.
This is just me like spitballing, like,
Yeah.
whatever I think. But I think that, it's like I grew up in the 80s and 90s and people were like, let's party, let's
Yes.
get fucked up.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And that's what it was on the weekends.
Yeah.
And that's like what you did to have fun. And like either you were totally like a square or you were kind of trying to be a party animal or whatever, being
Yeah.
a party animal, the movie Animal House, you know what I mean? That
Right.
whole like culture, drinking culture. I think that the younger generations like just don't get the same like cool vibe. They're kind of more seeing people acting like idiots.
They're
getting
seeing their
sick.
parents having liver failure.
Exactly.
They're like,
yeah.
maybe
Or
there's another way.
hangovers and seeing like, people mess up. I think that it's like a generational break that like
Yeah.
people are just, it's just a different culture shift.
Gen X.
Yeah.
Gen Z? Gen Z. Gen Z is the one coming up.
I don't know.
I'm a millennial.
Okay. I'm an X.
Okay, so you're X. So it's Gen Z are the ones coming up. And I see so many positive things about Gen Z. I'm feeling Gen Z.
Yeah.
I'm here to learn from Gen Z.
How old would Gen Z be? Like 24-ish?
I think.
Okay. I work with people that age
Yeah.
and I love them.
Yeah,
They're so like, they're conscientious and they're
Yeah.
like kind.
I know. So
Yeah.
thoughtful. Yeah, I'm obsessed with that generation. I think they really do try to think about things from other people's perspectives and maybe to a fault, right? There's a learning curve of kind of knowing when to,
It's a chipmunk.
oh, chipmunk.
Sorry.
What was it? Knowing when like bending over backwards is going too far.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, yeah, just I think people. The other thing, like theory wise, is like the world is so crazy now, and there's like scary things, and
Yeah.
it's like you want to have your wits about you.
Yeah.
So like just wherever you are. I mean, it's just I think that people just want to be in control of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah,
too.
you can get your like adrenaline rush from just like watching the news in the morning and then you're
Right.
good. And then
Yeah,
you
exactly.
need a mocktail.
Yeah.
Like I need to get recentered and regrounded because
Yeah.
that was insane. So you have a studio in downtown Plymouth?
That's right. Maven
That's-
Haven.
Maven Haven. Okay, so what is that? Like, can I come visit you there? Is it like a private
Absolutely.
studio space? What's happening there?
No, it started out as myself and my friend Alexandra, who's an artist and photographer, and we shared it as a creative space. I mean, and so Alex is now in Germany, so I took over the entire space, and then brought my buddy John, who's the manager of Honey Baby and the Tasty bars where I work at. So he's a cool cat, and he's in there, and I love having him there because I just like to see, like when I see other people working, it inspires me to keep working, and instead
Cool.
of just being like, I'm bored, I want
Yeah.
to go somewhere and talk to someone. So John's in there doing his thing sometimes, and I'm in there doing my thing like all the time. I do tarot
Great.
card readings there.
Okay.
Which I don't do very often. It's just kind of like a thing I do mostly for fun. Once in a
Yeah.
while, I'll get like a group of people looking for
Yeah.
readings, and I'll do like bachelorette parties, stuff like that. But I do that there, and it's cool looking. It's like half of it's like a cool like tarot card reading lounge, and then and slash office, and then the other half is like a food lab, like a beverage, my
Okay.
laboratory for like experimenting research and development on all the drinks and all the stuff. So I have like almost like apothecary of like all the herbs and stuff like that. And then I've got like, you know, all the appliances that I need for making stuff. And
great.
Yeah.
This is great because this is a business that you probably started out of your home. And then at some point was like, oh my gosh, thank God I have a place to bring all of the equipment, the apothecary stuff. Like it must just like,
it's something a game changer for sure. Once I get everything pretty much in one space, it's not completely one space because it's not a commercial kitchen. I just do like the, you know, development there. But when I do the production, I do it actually at Honey Baby and the Tasty where I work. They're super nice people and they let me use their facilities. So I go in there and I use their cutting boards and knives. And
oh, that's great. So when you're going to make like a big run of something for an event?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, what a great collaboration.
Yeah, I've worked for them on and off for 8 years. The Peters who own the Tasty and Honey Baby, they're awesome people and they're just super generous with me and I try to give back to them. I bring a lot of edible flowers there.
Oh, good.
And, you know, stuff like that. Just, you know, just fill in shifts. And
I don't know. I've seen the Tasty. I don't think I've been to either spots, but what's Honey Baby?
Tasty's getting a makeover this weekend. It's like they're redoing everything. They're redoing the menu and all the, it's getting like a total makeover, which it's amazing as it was, but I'm super excited about the new changes. And Honey Baby's a modern cocktail lounge. I've worked there for like 3.5 years.
Also in the neighborhood?
Right across the street from, and
great.
next to my studio, next to my Maven Haven. It's like literally
amazing.
Boom. Yeah, it was
like
so great. Gift from the universe. When that came in, I needed a place so bad, like a spot. And I just like was leaving Honey Baby one night and I was backing out into the parking lot where I usually don't go. And I saw the sign, it was like space for rent. And I'm like, what? That's impossible. It's like right next door. And it's gotta be like super expensive, but it wasn't. And I'm there now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so super cute. You gotta come and hang out.
I will. Well, now that I have a boutique in Plymouth carrying my work, down at Sprezzatura, it's a very amazing little boutique. A bunch of local artists are selling work there. They're doing vintage, consignment. They, Abby, the owner, did a wholesale order run with me for the my like sexy open mouth mugs, and some of them I did like gold luster grills on. A bunch of little jewelry dishes.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I'm definitely going in there.
Well, and it's like tonight. It's almost like I need a work anchor, and this is part of why I'm doing Let's Chat too, because you know, working for yourself, and it's like a nice opportunity to have just like a bunch of friends and people working in a similar field on the books to know like, okay, I am going to be getting out into the world a bit. But same thing. So I'll be down at Sprezzatura every so often.
Awesome.
I'm actually planning on being there for, I think it's July 11th. It's the second Friday of July.
Oh, right on, first Friday.
Like, yeah, but it's...
Oh, second Friday.
Well, it's first Friday typically, but the first Friday in July is on the 4th.
Okay.
So just for July. But it seems like a lot of the restaurants and shops trying to do stuff for First Friday. So this is great. So now I'm like feeling more in community, and now I know where to go, hit up the boutique.
Oh, you got to hit me up when you come down for that. I'm going to try to remember it. Before I leave, I'll put it in my calendar.
Yeah. Stop by the studio, check that out. Okay, so when you mentioned the apothecary that you have, so you have, is it like glass jars? What's like a good way if I'm... obviously, I'm curious about gardening and trying to figure it out. I'm just kind of randomly planting things or splitting things that I have. But like, if I actually start getting into this, what are your tips for me for like starting out harvesting like and storing like my lavender, my thyme, my chives, like some of the things I already have?
Yeah.
Is it a similar process of harvesting and preserving, or is it varying? How do you handle all that?
Well, I mean, it's
Nikki?
like, it's kind of like, what do you want to do with it?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to use it for food, you want to keep it like pristine, you know what I mean? And so you might want to dehydrate it if that's the case. If you're just using it decoratively, you can just tie it up and let it, you know, dehydrate on its own. I was going to say, that's what I think mostly is like, you know, like, are you gonna get it into a climate controlled area, like someplace?
I was thinking I would be using it for food to like add into sauces or whatever, because like I am trying to just like make cooking more interesting for myself. So I think if I have dried stuff, like for dehydrating, I'm sure I can just Google this, but I'm basically...
Or freezing. You can freeze herbs.
Don't mind the airplane going by, everyone. We're on a flight path. So, oh, okay. So you could just take them green and freeze.
You could freeze them.
And then to dehydrate, it's like a low temp bake.
I think you can do it that way.
Or you need like to get a dehydrator.
No, I think you can do it that way.
Yeah,
I would just look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have a little dehydrator.
Yeah.
So
I know you're a pro.
You
got the tools. You get the tools
do
of the
have
trade.
that stuff. Yep. But yeah, there's all kinds of fun things you can do. Decoratively, and I was gonna say, like the holy basil I gave you.
Yes.
You can make a pesto, and you can do pesto with. It doesn't have to be basil. You can use other herbs to do that. But that would be something cool, like because then you can make little jars for your friends, or you can just freeze the pesto. But there's so many things that you can do. But I'd be taking. I was thinking the tomatoes too, because you have that huge, wild, crazy tomato patch. That you could just like throw them at things and just have fun exploding tomatoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whatever floats your boat with the tomatoes.
Dude, we eat those tomatoes. We eat so many tomatoes.
I know. There's so many. I feel
them.
like when people like grow tomatoes, they always have so many.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I am happy to take any tomatoes off your hands because I have that. I have a blend called Heirloom, and so I use tomato. I chop it up with tomato water. I use dandelion, borage, and nasturtium. It's really good.
Is that the vine? Is that a vine with orange flower?
It is the orange flower. Okay. It also comes in red and like kind of yellow.
Okay.
But it definitely is like a hanging plant.
Yeah.
So it probably,
I feel like I read it and I read nasturtium or something, but I'm just saying it wrong.
Nasturtium.
Like it's the one at I think at the Isabel Stewart Gardner. They have like huge hanging installations this time of year.
Yeah, it's edible and it comes in salads a lot. It's kind of peppery tasting.
Okay.
It's delicious.
That's good information. I need to look that up. I'm surprised at my lack of dandelions everywhere. I see lots of buttercups, but I do not put any chemicals on my lawn. I allow all of the moss to fill in where it wants, and the clover. And
I love that.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's nice. There's always different flowers growing. There are a lot of bees, but like honestly, I just train my kids to like look where you're stepping.
There's a dandelion.
Oh yeah. There's usually tons of them. I don't know.
There's another one.
Oh yeah. So they're like all season long, right?
Yeah.
Like dandelions will come all season.
I don't know. They definitely pass.
I'm surprised they don't have more of them. I'm a little sad about it.
I made a dandelion blend and I was like, I'm just gonna pick some dandelions to, for the decorative. And I'm like, I don't have any. I couldn't find dandelions anywhere. And so
it's like everyone's complaining about dandelions being everywhere. What's happened?
Dandelions are cool. They're bitter, but they're cool.
I know, and you see stuff a lot that you can eat every part of it, like the root, even like the root you can get in there. So how do you, when you're coming up with like a new blend, you talked about kind of picking from the oracle or tarot deck to kind of just like give you some inspiration. But what about like seasonally too? Is that kind of dictating what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that kind of came a little later for me because I was just didn't know like exactly how. I don't know. In the beginning, it was kind of like, what can I get right now?
Yeah.
And then it kind of became like, what's in season right now? Especially because I like to bring the plant, like if I have, like I said, the dandelion. If I have a drink and it has dandelion in it, I'd love to bring like a dandelion plant. If you think of it, a weed, whatever, with me. I do that with like borage, and I do that with. I was gonna say chrysanthemum in the fall because that's such an autumn flower. You know what I mean?
I can't picture chrysanthemum
it's
right
like
now.
the ones like when you see bales of hay and there's like a pot of flowers and they're
like mums.
Mums, yeah, it's a mum.
That's okay.
Chrysanthemum. Yeah, there we go. Now everyone knows. Yeah, I didn't know it at first either, but like the mums. I made a drink with mums in it, chrysanthemum tea, in the fall because they're everywhere and it's so good. Chrysanthemum tea is really popular in Chinese culture, but I made one called Soul Compass, and it's made with saffron, chrysanthemum, rose, vanilla, and citrus. It's really good. And I made one called Pumpkin Punch. It's like the best like autumn drink ever because it's made with chrysanthemum and pumpkin. Like I roast like local grown pumpkin and I turn it into like a syrup. I make a pumpkin syrup and then mix it with like a chrysanthemum tea, and then I think there's vanilla in that too.
Do you know if you can eat marigolds?
I think some of them.
They're just like giving me edible vibes.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think some of them maybe.
And that's why we don't go on vibes, okay?
Yeah.
We fact check before we eat
definitely
things.
check that. We'll make sure too with your kids, you know.
Oh my
So,
gosh,
like,
yeah.
You can't eat. I always tell little kids that because they're always like, I can eat that? And I'm like, yes, but you can't go to Home Depot and like pop a bunch of pansies in your mouth.
Right. Oh yeah, this is a
Yeah.
little pansy, isn't it?
It is.
It's so pretty. I love it. So cute.
Yeah, cute.
Okay, what else do I have here? So,
Pumpkin pie.
teaching. I feel like you're a natural teacher too. Like obviously right now you're already educating me, and that's sort of one of the things I'm like, come look at my garden, because I have coursed you into a free consulting walk through the garden.
Oh my God, I wish I had the knowledge to like really help you. I'm not that educated. I'm just kind of learning as I go.
Well, yeah, but like you know more than me, so that's interesting to me. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you just know a little bit more than your
That makes me
students,
think
and-
like you might want to grow some borage. I love borage.
Ooh, what's borage?
It's like these really pretty blue
Write this
flowers. They're star shaped. They're edible. And the stalk, it kind of has like a cucumber taste to it. But it's
Ooh.
awesome. You can make a borage syrup. I don't know if you drink alcohol, but there's a cocktail called the Pimm's Cup. And it's, oh my
Okay.
God, it's so fantastic. But
Cool.
use a liquor called Pimm's. And like the traditional garnish calls for like a stalk of borage in there. You stick like tomatoes, borage, cucumbers. It's like this drink where you fill it with garnishes and like pieces of vegetables and stuff.
Great.
Pimm's Cup. Yeah.
Pimm's Cup. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking this up.
But that's why like I'm like, oh, I love borage. I love nasturtium. Let's see what else.
Nasturtium.
I'm growing the holy basil, also known as Tulsi.
Oh.
It's Tulsi. It's
Interesting.
yeah. Like I said, it's like a superfood basically because it helps your body process stress. What else?
Basil, I feel like whenever I have basil, I'm always struggling to harvest it properly. Like all of a sudden it's flowering and I'm like, wait, no, I don't want you to flower, because then all the energy is going to the flowers.
Yeah.
So I'm like pinching the flowers off, but like, should I just be cutting deeper stalks into the plant? Like when you're cutting your basil, are you just like picking leaves off, or are you cutting into the stem?
I just cut into the stem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're harvesting like a bunch when you're like getting ready for an event or something. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually in a hurry and I'm just like, I just hack them, you know?
yeah, you're not overthinking it. Honestly.
Yeah, I
It's
just
like,
take a
they're
big
fine.
bunch of it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. But I think that's right though. What you're doing is like trying to keep it from flowering as much as you can.
Yeah. I know. It's just they're pretty and it's nice to see it and it smells so good.
Yeah.
But then I'm like,
Same with cilantro. It's like, oh, now you're coriander. How could you?
Yeah.
I need more cilantro.
do you find that you end up doing a lot of like educational conversations like this at events?
Sometimes, like, yeah, people definitely have questions.
Yeah.
But I'd say more when I do workshops. I teach mocktail workshops.
Oh.
And then I get a lot of questions there because we get a lot of one-on-one time, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's fun. I do them pretty regularly at the Root in Situate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
They've got me. I'm
cool.
like kind of like the resident mocktail maker.
Everyone keeps mentioning the Root to me. I mean, I'm a plant
Oh, yeah.
person, so I think that
Oh
people
God,
are like,
it's beautiful.
the Root?
Yeah, it's a beautiful shop. It's like a plant
Okay.
boutique.
Great.
And they have a gorgeous greenhouse out back where they have events, and that's where I teach my class, in the greenhouse. So it's funny because like when I cater normally, I take like 8 plants with me, like 8 to 10 to 12, and I have a little problem where I just can't stop, and with the plants.
Yeah.
But like when I go to the Root to cater, I'm like, you know what? I'll just bring 1 plant, and because they already have everything, looks amazing. So I love going there because I don't have to lug my plants with me
That's awesome.
because it's so pretty.
I love that. How often are you doing workshops there? Do you do them every couple months or
I do,
more
yeah,
often?
usually like once a month. I take a little break during the summer. It just gets, people are just busy, you know?
yeah, that's true.
And I do specialty, like I did an autumn mocktail, and then I did a winter mocktail, a holiday Herbal holidays.
All right.
It's an herbal holiday.
Herbal holidays.
Herbal holidays. And then the Love Potion Workshop, which was awesome. This was the first year that I did it. I did it at The Root, and I did it at Pirate Girl Smoke Shop. Because she's a fun chick. Her name is Nicole, and she runs Pirate Girl Smoke Shop. Oh, it's in Plymouth.
Yeah.
And anyways, she has like some like kind of entertainment, educational space. So she was like, let's do that here. So we did a love potion. We made Devotion Potion, which is like my original like love potion. It's made with like cinnamon, tart cherry, hibiscus, rose, citrus. It's so good. There's honey in there. And then also, I just made, oh my God, this is so hilarious. I've been wanting to do it for years, and I finally made like a dude drink.
Good.
It's called Virility Punch. And it's like Punsch. It's like a Swedish spelling for punch. And it's made with horny goatweed.
Perfect.
Yep, and raspberry. And because I looked up like masculine or virility like ingredients that were symbolic of it, and raspberry was one of them. I was like, okay,
delicious.
I can work with raspberry.
Oh, I have wild raspberries and blackberries growing here too.
Awesome, that's perfect.
Right next to the poison ivy, so just gotta be careful.
Oh
They
yeah,
look similar.
yeah.
That's one chemical spray. I just ordered some, but I'm iffy on if I'm gonna use it. Is the poison ivy killer, and it's because I've like raked out little paths in the woods with my kids, and so just along the paths even.
I hate the poison ivy.
Because like I can't go into the, never mind the ticks and.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know what you need.
What?
It's what I have, and you get it at the Army Navy store. It's a bug suit.
A bug suit?
It's fucking amazing. It's a game changer. Yes.
Okay.
It's like a net. It's like
like
the
a
Army
beekeeper
Navy
suit?
It is. It's like a beekeeper suit. It's like a mesh suit. It fits best. So it's got like a zip up hood. Like you like zip your face, you can unzip it and like pull your face out basically. It's a shirt and pants. They run very big, so get a smaller than you think. But yeah, it's amazing. I wear it.
I'll put the kids into mine with me.
I wear it at the nursery, so I work out of Hillbilly Acres, a nursery in Situate.
Yeah.
And it's just like midsummer. It's just like mosquitoes attack you, and we don't use any chemicals, so you know there's bugs in all the greenhouses. So,
yeah.
But ever since I got my mosquito net suit, it's like a game changer, and I can actually be there gardening where I used to just I'm a person that gets like super irritable quick, and I would just get like really irritable from mosquito bites, and now they're fine. They can't get you.
This
and
is
ticks
wonderful.
too.
This is the thing.
Yeah,
The
you
ticks.
can wear that hiking.
I mean, yeah.
Ticks are scary.
I don't want Lyme disease.
No, there's other things
terrible.
ticks can give you too. My friend recently told me she ended up getting something that gave her like vertigo, and it was from like a tick.
Oh my gosh. See, so we maybe just stay in the garden.
Yeah.
I do get the property sprayed with a natural, like all natural spray,
nice.
so it's just herbs.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what
like
I've read the
citronella.
list, it's like all sorts of stuff like that.
Gotta protect your
and that
family
seems
and
to
stuff.
work.
Yeah.
But yeah, going actually out into the woods.
Like going into the woods, like I'm telling you, get one of those bug suits. Army Navy store. They come in those little green boxes where you get
Are they expensive?
No, I want to say like $15 for the shirt, like maybe $20 for the pants.
All right, I thought this was going to be a bigger investment.
No, it's not that much. It's so awesome.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bought one from my friend Dee, who's a gardener, because she also works out of Hillbilly Acres, and she's like, I can't, the bugs are just, so I got her a bug suit, and hopefully.
I know Dee. Does she have like short brown hair?
She does. Dorothy Casey, kind of curly.
Yeah, I know Dee Casey.
How do you know Dee?
Yeah, tell Dee I say what's up.
Shut up. That's
We used to make pottery together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh, yeah, she's an amazing plant person.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she has such great knowledge.
She's the man. I love her. Yeah.
Dee is the man.
She is. She rocks.
Oh man.
Yeah. She's the one that got me really into gardening, and and particularly into Hillbilly Acres, where I've learned a ton from Doug Litchfield, who's like the proprietor of Hillbilly Acres. He's like a 76-year-old like Vietnam vet who like basically is like a curmudgeon and like hates everyone. But like not really. He's actually a big sweetie, but he comes off so grumpy. But
he's a New England dude.
He lets me like go there and plant stuff and help. So and then I learned stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's sounds like a national treasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm like some people in Plymouth, like, they're from, I guess they live in Plimpton, but they were like, that's him, he's the plant guru. And they're like, you know, they're in their probably 70s too, and they're like, he knows everything.
That's so cool. Yeah. I love that. Well, I mean,
it's fun.
Yeah, it does definitely correspond with what I think about in craftsmanship. Usually when I'm thinking about like pottery and things like that, where it's like it's a handed down. There's like a mentorship where like the craft is handed down, and that seems very parallel to gardeners' paths as well.
Yeah,
it's like you can go to gardening school, but like who's actually doing that? Usually people are just like getting jobs in gardens or whatever, and you just figure out from the people ahead of you.
Even like the drink making mentorship. I mean, my mentor, the person who taught me how to do craft cocktail bartending, I mean, that had like huge impact on me because I was a regular pub bartender for many years before that. But once I learned the skills and how you balance your acids with your sugars, and you can bring other kind of layers of stuff in, like once you learn that craft, it's also really fun to get into that, and it's very creative, and you know, you have to taste things and then adjust and that kind of stuff. So that's like, you know, another creative aspect of it too is obviously like the flavor profiles and all that stuff. And then you get the plants, and then, you know.
I just feel like there's such a strong narrative that comes through with the work you're doing with Botanicle Drinkable as well. You know, like you're making the love potion for that, and you're like researching and figuring out how to make something good for guys or good for the holidays. Like that's another crossover that I love to see and recognize between visual art making and edible art making, right? Yeah. Is like that narrative, like you're finding a way to communicate through your craft. That is so much fun, and it's a very unique thing you're doing too, like like doing the pop-ups, going and being a part of like events where there's multiple different vendors, everyone's kind of bringing their own thing.
People are really interested, and I think like because I use a lot of uncommon botanical ingredients too, because like, you know, they're like, what, magnolia? Like, I've never tasted that. What the heck does that taste like? Like people are like, ooh, you know, because I mean, some of the stuff I make will have like, you know, thyme or basil or stuff that you've had and you know what to expect. But then there's a lot of stuff like mugwort, and like people are like, what? I need that drink. It has mugwort in it. You know
I feel like I have mugwort around here somewhere because I think it might grow like a weed.
Yes, it does.
Because I know there's been stuff I've taken pictures of with my phone, and then there's like on the iPhone photos, there's a little eye that will get this giant truck going by. Can you hear that?
That's a loud one. Jeez.
How good is my mic doing it? Blocking that out. There's like the iPhone app where you can take a picture, and then the little eye, the info, if it recognizes the plant, it'll draw a leaf over it. Oh. And have you seen this? And then if you tap on the leaf, or like on the eye, it IDs it, and it brings you up to links, and you can go and like confirm.
It's just an iPhone thing? It's not even an app?
Nope. Wow. It's just in your iPhone if you take a picture. So that's what I did recently, and I saw mugwort, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should pull it. Okay, and then that little baby tree over there, that's a magnolia.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, oh my God, but it hasn't flowered in a few years.
I have one of those too.
I got it like 3 years ago maybe, and I think it was flowering when I bought it, but it hasn't flowered since. And you see it's kind of bending out this way. I think it's not getting enough light. I think it's trying to grow into the light.
Yeah.
But I would love to grow a flower on that tree sometime ever and then eat it.
Yeah. They're pretty bitter, but you know, hey, they're edible. They're not going to kill you. That's one good thing.
That's really, really exciting to just know that I'm like looking around at all this with a new set of eyes.
Yes.
Like, what about this one over here? Like,
if you can eat it, you can drink it.
Yeah. So if someone's making a mini herb garden and kind of like wanting to play around with like cooking or drinking, what are like some of your holy basil? I feel like that's going to be in there. What else is in there for you?
Sage.
Sage.
Definitely.
Ooh, yeah, sage.
I'm a big sage fan.
Is that a perennial?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because I had a sage plant, and I don't know that particular one survived. I don't know that it's coming back, because I feel like I should see it by now.
Yeah, I would think you'd see it by now.
Okay, I need to get more sage then.
Yeah, maybe get some more.
Okay.
You never know. It might pop up, but sage for sure. I like rosemary. I mean, you know, your standard herbs. I'm trying to think what's a little less common that you might want to do. I mean, I like even like jalapenos, get some spice in there, you know, just get some some different flavors. We've got strawberries. You could really go with anything, you know. But if you wanted to have a little mini herb garden, I would do rosemary, thyme, basil, sage. I grow edible flowers, so definitely some pansies, viola.
Viola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bachelor buttons are edible flowers, and those are super cute. The little blue cornflowers. That's the other name for them.
Oh, okay.
Love those as a garnish.
I think-
begonias. Oh my God, begonias are just the best.
Begonias.
Begonias are all edible and they're delicious. They're like crunchy and sour. As long as they're not treated with chemicals, they're safe to eat.
Okay.
Every type of begonia. And they're so
Okay.
pretty. There's so many different varieties. They look like totally different plants.
I need to look
like
up
flowers.
begonias. I feel like I have begonias, but maybe not. What begonias?
They look, sometimes they look like a rose, and other times they just kind of look like this
Yeah.
2-leaf thing with a little.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
into begonias.
They're very
yeah.
they're pretty drought hardy too.
Okay.
So
That's helpful around here. Oh, you know what else I have? There is some vines trying to take it over right there, but then I have 2 nice ones on the other side. Blueberry bushes,
oh, I love it.
giant.
Yes.
They're huge.
Exactly. Yes. Good.
And then this is
That's
Rosa
what you
Sharon.
want.
Rosa Sharon is a
Oh
hibiscus,
yeah. Yeah.
right? That's hibiscus family.
I think.
They look just like hibiscus.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I need to confirm this because I have 2 Rosa
My
Sharon.
mom has those. Yeah.
So that'll be 2 Rosa Sharon. This is for my research.
Roses. I would definitely. Roses are edible. I mean.
Oh, I do have a rose
Yeah.
plant. Again, not one that I put in. I didn't put
Yeah.
that in. I didn't put my rose plant in. This
Rose
was the
is
previous
beautiful.
homeowner.
I mean, rose
Yeah.
is delicious flavor too. Like all that floral elderflower would be nice. Elder,
wait,
you get
what's
elderberry and elderflower from the elder plant.
And that you can grow that around in the Northeast, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Elderflower. I love, there is this cocktail that I was
Lilac.
obsessed with at Solstice in Kingston called the Gemini. I don't know if it's still on the menu, but
It was a
it's
cocktail?
cocktail. Yeah, so it was vodka, elderflower liqueur.
Oh yeah.
And then I think like some fancy, like a Prosecco.
Oh yeah.
Or something.
Oh yeah. Saint Germain, you know Saint Germain
Yes.
elderflower? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. They call that the Band-Aid of the bar.
Oh, really? It just fixes everything?
It's pretty much a crowd pleaser, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if someone doesn't like their drink, throw some elderflower in there.
oh my gosh.
I mean, it doesn't go with everything, but
That's a great hack for just like people who are just trying to play around with making cocktails and stuff too. Oh, okay. Elderflower. It's funny because I know that I like that liqueur.
it's so good. I agree.
But it never even occurred to me that I could just grow it.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I need to start looking more closely too at all the things I'm already eating and just being
Yeah.
like, maybe I grow some of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think like once you start to kind of raise awareness of what you're going to use as opposed to what's just ornamental,
Yeah.
then you can kind of zone in on what you actually like. So you grow more of that. Because when I first started doing like the gardening, I mean, because I haven't really been doing it that long. Like I started getting like heavily into it about a year before I started Botanicle Drinkable. And like I was learning as I went, and I was growing, like I had tons of succulents. I had like so many plants because I'd get them all from Hillbilly Acres. And I was like, you know what, this year, like I'm working on growing the stuff that I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Just because there's like, you know, there's only so much room
Yeah.
to grow stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to grow the stuff that I'm going to use. So.
Yeah.
So it's too bad though, because some of the ornamental stuff is really pretty, and I do have some of that stuff. But
Yeah. Are you growing some of the stuff you're using like inside your house to any of these? Like I've seen
Start them.
rosemary. Some people like another very
yeah.
loud truck.
well, you want to bring them inside and winter them over if you
Yeah.
can, if they're in a pot.
Yeah, but rosemary does well inside, right? I've seen people grow rosemary for
Yeah.
like years. They grow into these
Yeah.
beautiful little trees.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm
be
trying to
tough,
think what
too.
else. Like, I've never tried bringing most of my stuff inside.
Yeah, a lot
but
of
maybe
stuff-
I should. Like, I wonder if sage. But it's like they need so much light inside.
No.
If they've grown
I've done
outside.
that. I've like had sage grow over the winter. Like I tried to keep it alive,
Mm-hmm.
and it just craps out in like December, January. It just, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just not.
It's just too much.
These plants are not meant to live all year. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They're supposed to have a time where they, just like us, they need their time for rest.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
The dormancy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get over to the garden center. We're in Whitman.
nice.
I go to Wyman's.
Oh,
Usually
nice.
I'll go there Maybe I'll go. I'm trying to wait till next week.
You got your list. You got your list going.
I got my list going. Okay, so when do you have events coming up? Things that are like private, or do you have like public events coming up that people might be able to find you at?
I do. I have both. I'm just going to pull up my calendar so I can get the right dates.
Pull up your calendar. I think, let's see, right now we're leading into Memorial Day weekend right now. Yeah. And so I think I'll be posting this in like 3 weeks or so.
Okay, well, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm now, I have a table in the Book Love Farmers Market. It's down in the Pine Hills in South Plymouth. Pine Hills is like this huge, like kind of mostly retirement neighborhood.
Yeah.
And they have a bookstore there called Book Love, and I do workshops there as well.
Oh, okay.
I've done mocktail workshops there, and they're awesome people. But they just started a farmers market. It's gonna commence this Sunday, but it'll be monthly, and the dates kind of vary. Like, so there'll be one on it probably the June. I'm just gonna say, oh God, where are the like, where is it? Where's my
That's
July
a great
event?
little
I'm
community.
missing the July event. Okay, so there's one in August. There's one in the very beginning of June, so it'd be June 1st. So it might not get out by then.
So Book Love is the one organizing the farmers market. So if people go to check out the Book Love website, they'll find the dates there.
Yeah.
That is, I saw Book Love down in Pine Hills when it was in a storage container, because the construction that they were actually going to be having their shop in was still underway. And the storage container was so cute. And since they've opened, I've seen so many different posts. They're always doing community events. Nice. It seems like they have a lot of stuff going on there. So cool. So they're organizing a farmer's market. That's a great area for a farmer's market.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, because it's going to be new. So I feel like they're going to have a good attendance, because there's so many people that live there, you know, and there's a lot to do there, but something new, you know, people are going to, I think they're going to flock to it. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, that's great.
Let's see, I'm doing
also the train.
Huh?
I have the woods, but it goes back to the
train?
The MBTA.
Oh my God. You have all kinds of sounds around you.
So that's the commuter rail.
I'm doing a party. There's this organization called the Marion Institute for like Marion, Massachusetts.
Okay.
The town of Marion. And they're hiring me to do an event there. And I have all kinds of stuff coming up. But
is it on your website? Do you post like when you have public events?
Well, I haven't been, but my awesome sister, Sheila, she just started doing it for me.
Great.
So
shout out to Sheila.
Yeah. So if you go to botanicaldrinkable.com,
great.
There's a calendar there which will have like more information on what's coming up.
Okay, perfect.
And then if you follow my Instagram, which is @botanicaldrinkable, that's where I post like most of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that web savvy, but now that I have Sheila working on it, you know, it should get better.
That's great. I do feel like Instagram is the easiest, because it's almost just like train of thought. It's like I just post the stuff about it if I'm working on it that day or whenever I think of it.
And you can put music to it, and you can add little like emojis and you know, cute stuff. I like it. It's fun.
It's easy like to talk with people about it.
Yeah.
And,
people see it. It's like tough because on your website, like people aren't. It's not so interactive, you know. So
yeah, but it's nice to have that home base. So that's great that your sister's helping you with that. I know. I feel like I'm going to see you at other things. Like, are you going to the fair this weekend? The festival, North River?
I am not.
Festival?
No, I'm going to be somewhere else, but that should be a good time.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a similar community of people you're talking about. It's like the crossover between
absolutely
all these different worlds.
Yeah, Jules from the Wicked Women Maker Market.
Yeah.
Did you go to that? Were you at that? Okay.
Yes.
Were you in the room with Lindsay? Okay, that's where I was like, how do I know you?
That was the first. Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't. That was like
was this past one.
We like re-met there.
Yeah.
But I had already seen you at a couple things. I'd seen you at Beach Plum. I'd seen you at Marianne's thing at Heyday, and then Lindsay, Purcell, and I had we were in the wood carving shed with Kayla. Kayla Gilmore, my sister-in-law, who's a potter. And so Lindsay was doing readings. I was doing aura drawings and selling pottery. And Lindsay and I had some items that we merchandised together.
I love Lindsay.
Yeah.
She's the best.
She's a real one.
I went on her podcast too.
Yes, I know.
Deep dives and light laughs, Lindsay and Larry.
Yeah, they're so good.
That's so funny.
They really are. Yeah. it's great seeing all the crossover between, because they're just like, they're focusing on community connectors. And I love how many creatives are represented in that, because we have a lot of creatives in this community, and I think that a lot of people around here want to be in community. So it's a beautiful thing. You show up to just like one of any of these events we're talking about, and you know, you just kind of like end up in the mix. Like, I'm always telling people, like, just show up in the communities you want to be a part of, and then you are a part of it.
Do you know Kata from Black Moon Botanics?
Yeah.
I love her too.
Yeah.
And Christina.
Yeah.
They're so cool. I love the incense they make. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Whenever I have outdoor catering events, I burn her incense. And people are like, what are you burning? It's amazing.
Oh, I have to look into that.
My God,
I don't know
so
about
good.
their incense.
Yeah. She's got one called Meet Me in the Woods, and it's just, it's magical.
Cool. I love that. Okay, well, it's freezing. I should let you go. We should wrap it up. But thank you.
It's been really
for coming
fun.
out.
Yeah, thanks for having me over.
I know. Well, I love having like another plant girly to hang out with.
Yeah, I like I said, I want to see this thing mid-season. I want to see everything in bloom, and I want to see all those tomatoes. Oh, one thing that I started growing this year. Oh, this is so exciting. Have you heard of black crim tomatoes? They're black tomatoes.
Yeah, are they like cherry tomatoes?
No, they're big ones.
Oh,
I think they're big ones.
I've had little black tomatoes before.
I'm so excited about that because I've made like drinks for this coven. It's called the Dirty Hoe Coven.
Oh, fun.
HOE. They're a bunch of witchy gardeners, and they're amazing. And anyways, I've made like 3 signature drinks for them already, and now I'm like, I want to do one with the black tomatoes because they like anything that's kind of like a little spooky.
Yeah, a little goth.
So yeah, and
it's a goth tomato.
So far all their blends have been kind of on the, like more on the sweet side than the savory. So we're gonna do something crazy and dark.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'll watch your Instagram to see
you
whatever
should
that
join the
turns out
Dirty
to be.
Hoe Coven. It's amazing.
I know. Where are they? They're in Vermont?
It's just online, just an online. Every Wednesday night they do like a meeting.
Oh, cool.
And it's like usually just an educational Zoom class kind of thing.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. It's
All
really
right,
fun.
cool. I'll check it out.
I'll send you the link.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Nikki. And yeah, Botanicle Drinkable. I'm going to link everything in the show notes so people can find you and see the things. And then remember, go to Book Love to find out about the Farmers Market States. It seems like that'll be a huge success.
And I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go chew on some more sunchokes before I leave. I like the sunchoke root.
Just like flick the dirt off a little and then...
They're delicious.
We're good. We should do like the plant app thing to confirm that I was right about what I was telling you.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm probably chewing on like deadly nightshade or something.
Oh my God. All right. Well, thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.